Okay, so the next ebook I got off of Lily was The Invisible Woman. It's a thriller by James Patterson and Susan Delano. So essentially what happens in this book, and I swear, this is, reading it, it made me think of the 90s all over again, because it's just so dumb. I'm sorry, but I feel like James Patterson's been doing something where he's either selling his name or he's just putting his name on the book cover and the person underneath is the one writing the book. Like, I don't feel like I felt James Patterson's voice in this book. I feel like this is Susan Delano writing. I do not feel James Patterson in this book whatsoever. So essentially, the FBI rehires someone that was let go a while back because they're trying to find out where all of this money is being laundered through, and they think it's coming from getting laundered through this art museum, but they don't know if the museum actually knows that they're doing it on purpose, or is it accidental? Like, are they just victims themselves? So they hire her back and they tell her, okay, the thing you're going to do is you're going to go in, you're going to be like the babysitter to this family. And they pay like the babysitter that's currently there like 10 grand to just, hey, get the hell out of here, disappear. So she goes in, and I feel like they wanted to make a comedy out of this, but it doesn't work. It only works if the person they hired was a team themselves. It doesn't work. The comedy just makes no sense. Or if the person had some type of mental issue where like they couldn't understand certain things, then maybe it would work, but it doesn't work here. It makes no sense. Like, the one that sticks out the most to me is the one lady is leaving the kid, and she tells her, oh, if the baby starts crying too much, just put her down around this time. And she, in her head, she goes, she wants me to put her down like I put down my cat last year. Excuse me? You work for the FBI, and you don't understand when someone says, put the baby down, they mean put it to sleep. Like, let the baby sleep. Not kill the baby. You do realize there's a difference. Do not kill the baby. Let the baby take a nappy. I mean, Jesus. That's the type of humor you got in this book. That is what you get. And by the way, you'll figure out who was behind everything in 2 seconds. This is every dumb trope you can think of. I'm sorry, but like, it's so stupid. You know who the person behind everything is right off the bat. I guessed it right from the beginning. I was like, oh, I bet you it's this person. And at the end I was like, yep, I was right. But it's not a hard guess. Like, you know who it is right off the bat. I'm sorry, but there was no hiding it. But this lady is just unbearable. I could not stand her whatsoever. She's supposed to be some intelligent FBI agent. How did she pass the psychological test to be an FBI agent? By the way, if you think I'm talking out of my ass, like, how do you know what it takes to be an FBI agent? When I went to DeVry University, I was part of a group that our class, what we had to do was we had to take two businesses that were from different parts of America and combine them and come up with like budgets and this and that, and see if they would succeed in whatever state that you're currently living in or whatever, stuff like that. And then we had to, explain it to our class. Now, granted, this is all online, but we had to do it as a class, explain everything. And my team, I was the leader of my team. We got the highest grade. Not only that, the professor basically all wrote us letters of recommendations based on our performance on that. That's how good we were. We took Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme and combined them together. That's what we did. And we ran budgets, we ran all this analysis on them and everything. And we showed that if you were to combine the two, that they would be a very successful business. And if that were to happen, you could probably even get Tim Hortons involved and get into Canada and stuff like that. It got great grades and everything. And one of the people in my group was a young lady who used that report to become a financial criminal investigator with the FBI. The FBI actually called me up to do a background check on her to see how her mental state was, and they asked me an hour and a half interview with the FBI agent on one person that I only knew through the internet. That's how much of a background check they do. Besides that, I've had interactions with the FBI agents when they came to my house because someone was stealing my mother's Social Security check, and it turned out to be the person who was living on the third floor from us. And another time, again, someone was stealing my mother's Social Security check, and it turned out to be, again, the third floor people. So we stopped renting out the third floor because apparently the third floor was a bunch of damn criminals. So I've had my run-ins with the FBI. I'm not someone who's making shit up out of my ass. I know what the FBI is like, and I know what they're asking for. They do their background thoroughly, okay? They don't mess around. So for her to be like so dumb to think that putting down a baby meant to kill the baby is ridiculous. It's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. And there are many jokes like that throughout this that only work, again, if the person was a teen or had some type of mental issue. That's not what happens here. Not at all. Like, if this was a teen, that joke would hit. But it's not. It's a full-grown adult who worked for the FBI. And she doesn't know the difference of this. And I know I'm harping on the same point, but it's throughout the whole book. There's many jokes like that, and you're just like, you are an adult who works for the FBI and you don't know the difference? Yeah, no, sorry. Doesn't work. So, for me, I'm giving this 1 star. This book was atrocious. Again, I don't know what the hell James Patterson is doing, but he needs to stop. He needs to stop. If he's selling his name out, or if he's just putting his name on books so other people can have better chances of getting their books sold highly or whatever, he needs to stop because it's getting bad. There was another one that he did that I just did the review on. It's something about the librarians or something. I can't remember the name of it. It's something about librarians. That was beyond atrocious. So if you've read this, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. You think I'm being too unfair about this book? Let me know. Until next time, keep reading. I love all you guys. Peace.